Okay, it's me again, Carla. Actually, it's beginning to rain here at the lake. The last time it rained here at the lake, I was walking and I got trapped, and somebody came and rescued me. But I'm in my car today, so I'm okay. I was talking about the almonds and how I plan everything out. I think I covered pretty much everything, those kind of things that I eat. What I drink water, and this is what I add. It's the Great Value Metabolism peach mango green tea. It comes in Crystal Light makes it too, but this is my absolute favorite. I do other things, but this is pretty much my go-to. Is what I do every day. I drink decaf coffee. I really don't have much problems getting in my fluid or my water for the day. The other things, I eat the things that I've already described every day, and I don't feel deprived at all. I love the things that I've found things that work for me. Now, I'm going to say this, and I know it's not realistic for other people. You know, a lot of people wanted to know how I lost my weight and how I lost it so quickly. Yes, I had surgery. But as I've seen and you've seen and some of you have realized that the surgery is not enough. I mean, it's work. For me, I live by myself. I have nothing in my house that's not weight loss surgery friendly. And I realize that's not realistic for a lot of you. You have children, you have husbands, you have other people that live in your house, and you have other food in your house. My suggestion is just planning everything out. And that's the biggest thing that I do. Okay, it's beginning to rain in my car. Hang on just a minute. Let me raise the windows. Okay. I know it's not realistic, but planning is what works for me. I do these things every day. I do the yogurt, the Quest bars, the cheese, the Dr. Cracker, the almonds. The other things that I snack on, if I snack, is sugar-free Jell-O, sugar-free popsicles, and maybe a sugar-free fudge pop here and there. And I normally get in one meal of firm protein a day besides these other things that I eat. And that's kind of where the fast food part of this video comes in. Like I said, I live by myself. I had a catering business and I cooked for everybody else, and I kind of got burned out on that. But besides that, living by myself, for me, it's not real economical to cook. Rosemary said she cooks all the time because it's cheaper. I won't eat leftovers, and it's really hard for me to cook small quantities. What I do cook at home, maybe boiled eggs, or I found that I really like grilled pork chops, and I might grill enough pork chops for the week. But as far as cooking anything else, I really don't. My job, I work from 3 in the afternoon until 7 at night. So usually after I get off at 7, I go somewhere and find something to eat. Now, depending on what I've done earlier in the day, it might be frozen yogurt. That's my treat, 2 or 3 times a week. Stats on that are really good. Or I go to Wendy's and have chili. Stats on that are like 207 calories and 17 protein for a small. That's good. I may go, it depends on if I'm going in or if I, need something quick. Other quick options for me are Arby's. I get a roast beef sandwich and just eat the meat off of it. And the only, I don't do chicken really well. From right after surgery to now, I have to be really careful with chicken. But one chicken that goes down is Chick-fil-A nuggets, original ones or the grilled ones, and the stats on both are good. I can't eat any other really fried things other than that, and that works. Now, if I'm going out, I usually try to find out what they have on their menu and how many calories and how many proteins, so I can plan it out before I go. I normally give myself 1 or 2 choices. Sometimes I don't know the calories, but I can kind of look them up. I have that Calorie King app. I don't use what is it? Not MyFitnessPal, but how everybody keeps up with their calories online. I don't use that. I use my app and I write everything down. It just kind of helps me see things better. I also track. I track everything that goes in my mouth. I write down, and I've done that every day since surgery. I normally write it in a notebook, but when I was gone this weekend, I just did a little note on my phone, and I kept up with everything. If I go to Cracker Barrel, which we have a Cracker Barrel, and Coleman's a small town, so we don't have a lot of choices. I either get a child's meal, like a breakfast meal with scrambled eggs and bacon, or I get a child's meal with the chicken fingers and one vegetable, which, can be turnip greens, pinto beans, green beans, slaw. Those are usually my choices. Or if I don't get the child's meal, I will get a grilled pork chop and the 2 vegetables and 2 of those choices that I just gave you. Stats on that are less than 300 calories for the pork chop and 2 vegetables. Like last night, I had a meeting, and it was at Ruby Tuesdays. I went online. I had my 2 choices. I was either going to get white chicken chili, which is about 320 or 330 calories, or I was going to get a steak. And once I got there, I finally decided on the steak because I decided I needed some more firm protein. I got a petite sirloin, grilled green beans, and broccoli. I can always find something to eat. And Rosemary gave the tips of taking things home or splitting with somebody. Well, I live by myself, so I usually take it home. There's usually nobody to split it with me, because if I'm with friends, they usually don't want to split it with me. So I usually take things home. I will eat something a second time, but like what I got last night was a petite sirloin. It was not big at all. It was about 3 ounces. I did not eat all the vegetables, and I didn't want to take those home. So I try to find out before I go what they're going to have, and I plan out accordingly. Planning is the key for me. And I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't hurt somebody's feelings. And I know, like I said, I know my journey is my journey, and these things work for me. I didn't come this far. I didn't have my body rearranged to go back. I went to a wedding this weekend, and I did not eat anything I was not supposed to. There were cake, there was cookies, there was ice cream, there was candy. I didn't eat any of that. I have not had any of those things since surgery, and I really do not miss them. Now, I am afraid if I let some of that stuff back in, I might want it again. So my theory is, don't let it back in. I'm not saying I won't ever let something in, but for me right now, at 14 months out, I'm good with what I do. I'm eating 1,400 calories a day, and I think I found a pretty good balance between calories and exercise at this particular point in time. I've maintained for about 2 months without losing any more. I'm trying not to lose any more. I don't need to lose any more. I know video and pictures sometimes are hard to tell. People that have seen me on Facebook, and then they, like my relatives that saw me this weekend, they're going, oh my gosh, you're tiny. And I never dreamed I would be here, but it's because I've had this tunnel vision of where I wanted to go. And my doctors have even told me that my results are not typical, because most people don't lose, the goal is 50 to 80% of your excess weight in like a year to 18 months. Well, I lost over 100% of my, I'm way beyond my goal. I lost over 100% of my excess weight in about 8 months. So like I said, I'm not typical, and it is my journey, and I'm not, but it's what's worked for me. And I think some of these things will work for other people. I think you just have the key besides the planning. The planning is really the key. Will work for other people. You just have to find what works for you and how you can live your life. And if you really, if you need to feel like, for me, this is normal now. The way I ate before, it has nothing to do with now, and that was normal then, but this is my normal now. So it's not, I don't feel like I'm deprived in any way. If you do, then plan out what you're going to eat. If you say you can have a a piece of bread or some mashed potatoes or whatever. Just eat the amount that you plan to eat and track everything. I mean, and I know some people hate to track, but it's worked for me again. So it's all, I know Rosemary says follow the rules, and it's true. Follow those weight loss surgery rules. She's a glowing example. She's what, 9 years out, 8 years, 9 years out. She follows the rules, and she does what works for her every day. Now, what works for her may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. But these are the things that I eat every day, and it's what works for me. I hope maybe in some ways this has been helpful, and y'all have been such a great support for me. If I can help you in any way, I'm always available. Just, send me a text, send me a private message here, send me a private message on Facebook. Whatever you want to do, I'm here to help you. I'll be glad to help you. Hope y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.